to look harder at the lies of Blue Anon, because Blue Anon, the dangerous media, the Democrat media that is so divisive and would do anything to cause someone like me to be killed or someone like you, Steve, to be killed because of the Democrat lies about us and about January 6th. You see, they're the real problem in the country, and I hope that these independent voters, these people that are starting to wake up, I hope they wake up to these lies, because they're telling terrible things about us, things that are not true, and things about other Republicans that are not true, and innocent people that were at the Capitol on January 6th. But the real truth is the communist revolution that the Democrats funded and waged every single day and every single night in American cities all across our country. You see, that was an attack on innocent American people, whereas January 6th was just a riot at the Capitol. And if you think about what our Declaration of Independence says, it says to overthrow tyrants. So there's a clear difference between January 6th and the Marxist communist revolution that Antifa, BLM, Democrat ground troops waged on the American people in 2020. But this selfish, self-righteous Congress that only serves itself refuses to talk about the people. All they want to talk about is the riot on January 6th. And I'm fed up with it, I'm sick of it, and I'm tired of their lies.
People say that I don't have any talents, and that's not true. Who else do you know that can talk about an assassination plot against themselves and not change their inflection or tone even a whit? Yeah, that's there was a lot there, JR, and we're probably gonna miss a lot of different parts of that. But have you ever? Let's jump into the middle. Have you ever heard a right winger say that something was just a riot? Just a riot. That's all that it was. Why you're acting like this is serious? It's just a riot.
All it is a riot, you guys. I mean, until it's the people that you don't like that you'll then label as a riot and looters and anti-police. Again, the parallels are way too. They line up right there. It's like it wrote itself. These folks attacked police officers, broke into a federal building, looted, stole, attacked. All these things that they keep talking about that was happening over the summer, and they're like, oh, when are they gonna do something about it? All we did was riot. Oh, bro, why did you riot? Because they also don't like the word insurrection. They don't like that they were looking to overturn the election. We weren't trying to do that. We were just trying to have our voices heard by breaking windows and claiming we're gonna kill people. That's how you get your voice heard.
Yeah, there was like, okay, so I understand that a lot of people probably fell asleep / had a stroke while listening to that. So I will try to catch you up. So she talked about the same event. The event was what happened on the 6th. And she described it in one breathless stream of unconsciousness as people that are innocent. They're innocent, which means it was nothing. Okay. It was just a riot, which seems like then they weren't innocent because they were rioting. By the way, isn't it funny that she also compared it to the social justice protests that were going on last year, which she has previously called riots many times. She can't quite call them riots now because after all, riots are just riots. They're not a serious thing. So she had to call it attacks against innocent people. Okay, so they're innocent, they're riots, and also they're just riots. And also the Declaration of Independence says to take out tyrants. So they're innocent, they're bad, but not that bad. And they're the best of us. They're basically Captain America. So which is it? Which of those things is true?
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Okay, so when as that was going and I saw it continued, I stopped and I looked away and I was like, if you didn't know who this woman is, if you didn't know that she is an elected a member of Congress, and you just turned on the TV and saw this woman talking for that entire time, you'd go, who let this random woman from Minnesota on TV to talk about whatever the hell it is that she's talking about? There's no point. There's definitely no kind of cohesive thought process as to where this is going. It's just her rambling off and trying to find the right talking points enough times to fill this speech that she has. This is who we're working with, and we have to detach ourselves sometimes and realize what it is that we're dealing with. She has nothing. We can say that, but if you stop and think about it, she's got nothing. She's got no original thought. She's got no other goals except for to progress this violent movement that obviously well, I guess it's working to a degree. But this is what we've got as an elected official, and we accept it. Everybody, people that are against it, we accept it. We're like, yeah, it's just Marjorie Taylor Greene. Why?
Yeah, look, you're totally right. If you just saw her for the first time and you were to guess who she was, you'd also kind of be right. Moms are great, and moms who use Facebook are great. There's nothing inherently wrong with Facebook moms, but that is very much what she is. Now, I have a male relative who every time I would hang out with him, he would show me these videos that were absolutely insane. So it happens all over the place. But those people are in Congress. Now, look, she's not the first real crazy. I mean, Louis Gohmert is a madman, and he might arguably be working with less brain matter than Marjorie Greene. So they've had crazies, and she's not even the only one. Lauren Boebert, she's done a little bit less conspiratorial stuff on video, but she also tweeted on January 6th, today is 1776. Assuming it goes well, if it's bad, I've got backup plans. So that's the same argument that Marjorie Greene was just making. Blood of tyrants, tree watering, and all of that. That's what she's saying. But Greene does stand out in her willingness to talk at length in a monotone voice into a camera. And that is how, from watching her past videos, we know that she's advocated for violence against House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, President Barack Obama, said that an airplane never hit the Pentagon during the September 11th terror attacks, and accused former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton of slicing off a child's face and wearing it as a mask. Now, it is an indictment of a person's whole thing. If you could read a whole paragraph of them being crazy, and there wasn't time to get to the Jewish space lasers. But anyway, I want to make sure that we mention it. But there's a lot of crazy stuff to go around.
Yeah, and the thing is, and this is injected as the same way that Matt Gaetz injected it. It's now they're out for me. You spot violence, you push angry rhetoric, you tell them that we're gonna come for this person, that person pulled off a child's face. Look at these Marxist, communist, socialists coming for you. When are we gonna finally start killing off the tyrants? And then in the same long breath says they're out to kill me.
Yeah.
So you weaponize your supporters to literally go into violence and say you're going to kill someone blatantly, but they're coming for you.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to make sense.
Yeah, 100%. She says insane things, and she literally she has said in the past, there are times when we have to put a bullet in the head of politicians. She said that about Nancy Pelosi. Well, then you're setting the stage for threats of political violence, which, by the way, we don't agree with about literally anyone. Even as crazy and as traitorous a person as Marjorie Greene, nobody should threaten any violence whatsoever against her. You should just donate to the person trying to take her out politically and get her the hell out of Congress. But anyway, yeah, my final point on this is the Blue Anon thing. Marginally clever, undercut in a couple of different ways. So one is, first of all, if somebody's gonna make the case that the Dems have their own version of QAnon, it's Blue Anon, aren't they kooky too? You shouldn't say that if you believe in QAnon, because you're just saying other people as crazy as, wait, me, that's weird. Also, calling it Blue Anon makes it seem as if it's about cops in some way. You're muddying the waters a little bit there. And also you are saying that QAnon is crazy when you are on video saying he seems like he's got the people's will at heart and we're finding out many things about him. I didn't say that, so I can make fun of Democrat conspiracies, but you are on very shaky ground.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.